up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your review of Love and Marriage, Huntsville. They start off where they left off. Jalen was wrong by saying over and over again, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And so Kimmy says, okay, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So Tisha says, well, I feel that Kimmy was wrong because of what Jalen said to me. I was giving him tasks to do. And anybody else would have been fired. And if you go, I want Tisha and I want Marceau to fire Jalen. And let me tell you something, Jalen, whoever is listening to this, who knows Jalen, send this to Jalen. Jalen, all the skills and experience that you are acquiring at this restaurant, take your skills and your experience someplace else. Sorry. I would take my skills, I would take what I've learned, I would take it elsewhere. Fire him. And you and Marceau run black. That's all. That's problem solved. Tisha apologizes and says that she loves her and we're sisters and I'm not gonna bring it up anymore. So they start making breakfast. They asking for specific things. Kimmy was like, this is not no short order breakfast. I'm making breakfast for everybody. Everybody's eating and everybody's gonna get the same thing. Basically, we're not doing all that. Is Mel coming? Kimmy asked. Martell says no. Is Destiny's coming? He was like, I don't know. He was like, you guys talk every day? He said, yeah, I do talk to her every day. And then Tiffany was like, your baby mama? And he was like, who you talking about? And she was like, oh, I was talking about Mel. He was like, that's not my baby mama. Don't call her my baby mama. That's my ex-wife. And then Tiffany in the interview was like, I mean, she has 4 kids by you. She is your baby mama. Let me tell you something, Tiffany Whitlock. You know how the term baby mama is used in a disparaging way. It is used to say you were never a wife. All you were is a baby mama. You are not somebody's wife. And I'm willing to bet in this group of women that marriage is important, right? So when you are no longer married, you are now an ex-wife. You are his child's mother. But the term baby mama, we all know, and we're not going to sit here and act like we don't, that it's used to disparage women. And so for you to say that, because who really is the baby mama is the side chick. It is used disparagingly, and it's used to try to say you were not worth being a wife. So I'm glad that Martell corrected Tiffany. And I can't wait until Mel hears that, because I think she was out of order. I think, like Destiny says next week, you're too familiar. I just cussed Mia's ass out and Dottie's ass out on the Real Housewives of Potomac review, because that was too familiar. When you get too familiar, you start saying things that you shouldn't be saying. You're out of order. You should not have called her baby mama. That was not cool at all. Martell was helping Kimmy clean up the kitchen. She was like, this is the Martell I know, helping clean up the kitchen. I did like their conversation. She asked him, was there life after divorce? And then they keep saying that Mel and maybe they'll get back together. You know, when we met you, you guys were together. It's hard not seeing you guys together. You guys did so well together. And he was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Our stuff is too fresh. He said I had a whole child on her. So he's clear. He's like, you're clear that what you did was out of order, even though you still did it, right? And then the thing is, Kimmy says you can leave before you cheat. If you're not happy, you can leave before you cheat. And he says he's trying to move on. And that was it. I did like their conversation. I felt like he was honest. He said he didn't really want to talk about it. But, I mean, it is the elephant in the room. It is the elephant in the room. She's going to be there. You're going to be there. And let's talk about it. So Tiffany and Lewis, they're in the other room making the bed. And she was trying to make jokes about him making the bed. Oh, you do this? He was like, yeah, I do that. I make the bed all the time when you gone. And she was like, yeah, and you be taking the kids on adventures. And he was like, yeah, we need male bonding time. And then he said, it matters. She's like, it matters to me that I'm not there when you guys are having your bonding time. And then he says, well, do you want me to wait? I can't wait for you to have these experiences with these children. And she's like, you're a phenomenal stepdad, but I need to be on the list of priorities. So I'm trying to figure out, I feel like she's conflating two things together. Like, you want me to be on your list of priorities, but you also want to be present when he's having these experiences with your sons, and you feel like you want to be there. And to his point, there are times where you have to bond with the children as an individual. Like, him bonding with the children is important. Her bonding with them alone is important. I do that with my sons. I take one someplace, I take the other someplace. We do things together by ourselves. I don't do things with the two of them all the time. One, I might sit down and we're watching TV, having experiences, painting or doing something. The other one, I do stuff with them alone, right? I don't do stuff with them together all the time, because you do have to have those moments of just you two. So I understood completely what Oomfa Oomph said. Now they're about to leave and go and drive these slingshots, and Mel shows up. She hugs everybody. She gives Martell a side hug. She asks where her room. They said it's the other room down there. And she says in her interview that she was expecting Martell. She acted like she wasn't expecting Tiffany. And she was like, oh, you and Tisha must have worked everything out really good. She said, yeah, we wanted to start off on a new foot or whatever. So they tell Melody she's going to be in the room down there. And Martell was like, no, there's another room. He wasn't going there. He was like, it seemed like he was like uncomfortable. He was like, no, it's another room down there. You can go down there. Letitia asked Melody, how do you feel about Martell being here? And she said, and then she lies and says she didn't know he was coming. You said in your interview that you were expecting him to be there. So which is it? Melody? Which is it, Melody? You lying. And then you're trying to make Tisha feel a certain type of way, saying, way to make sure that I was good with it. First of all, bitch, hold up. This is not your trip. This is my motherfucking trip. And you know good and goddamn well, my husband, we're celebrating my anniversary. My husband and your ex-husband are friends. We are on a television show together. There's no way you didn't think he was going to be here. So you shouldn't have even said that. I didn't even like the way that Melody came in there, because I felt like Melody was just looking for an opportunity to take the spotlight off of Tisha and Marceau. I don't like her energy, the way she came in there. I just didn't like it. I felt like she was just waiting for a moment to make it about herself. Tisha said, I don't know how she didn't know. Y'all was all on the text thread, and Martell was on the text thread. And then she's like, then she said she's expecting them to get back together. Maybe they'll get back together. Maybe that's just me being delusional. Yeah, it is. It's just you being delusional. That's stupid. Why would y'all want her to get back with him? Like, that's the thing. When it comes to like that, relationships and marriages and stuff like that, it really bothers me. It bothers me when people want someone to go back to somebody who violated them. He stuck his raw penis and ejaculated into somebody else's vagina and produced a child. He could never come back. That pisses me off for anybody to be like, girl, I think they would get back together. That baby is that baby even a year old? And y'all really want Mel to get back? Like, y'all, to me, y'all are not my friends. If y'all would tell me to get back with a man who stuck his dick in somebody and had a baby, And y'all, I would think y'all would get back together. You and I can't be friends because you obviously don't want the best for me. If you think the best for me is to go back to somebody who cheated on me, go away. Go the fuck away. If no one bothers me, I'm fine. If nobody bothers me, I'm fine. I'm fine. And like to Tiffany's point, okay, Mel, great, but we're here for somebody else. This is not about you. Like Tiffany clocked it right away. Girl, this is not about you. It's not. They were on the bus, right? The men get on one bus. They're on the way to do those slingshots. The men get on one bus. The women get on the other bus. They talked about the side hug. Oh, I saw you giving her a side hug. That's how you side hug your wife? Martell said, that's my ex-wife. And that's where we are. Okay? And that was the perfect answer. And he says, we trying to be normal as possible. Is it awkward with Mel being there? He's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it all depends if she accepts the things that I'm saying, like in conversation, I guess, then we'll see. And he said, well, listen, if anything starts, this is Maurice, if anything starts, don't do it. Don't get into any arguments, basically, is what he's trying to say. Break it up if necessary. When you have contentious people in a contentious situation, you don't know what's going to happen. It's hard to get a divorce. It's hard to stay married. They have this conversation. Maurice said the option to get divorced was a better option in my situation. And he said, Marceau said, in my life with my wife, we've had divorceable moments, but as a choice, we decided to stay. The women are on the other bus talking about living your dreams and wishing, she's saying that, I thought that I was going to be hitting these milestones with my husband, but if God wanted me to hit these milestones by myself, then so be it. But we are working not on a friendship. We are working to be co-parents. That's what we're working on. We're not ready to be friends. And that's it. Expectations are missed when you align different titles to different people. The expectations change. Expectations of a wife, expectations of a co-parent, expectations of an ex-wife. All of those things change once the label changes. And I agree. Martell says there is life after all of this. Maurice and Louis agree that it's better now. Maurice said that his marriage lasted longer than it should. And then Louis mentioned something about staying for the kids. A lot of people stay for the kids, and then after so many years, the kids leave, and then y'all break up. It was like, yeah, and then like one of them, I don't remember who it was, but one of them was like agreeing. He was like, no, you don't stay for the kids. You didn't waste all that time. You've wasted all that time, and now what? Now you looking crazy because you're not in the market anymore. I mean, old people do, hook up with people, with each other, but why waste that time? My thing, never stay for the kids. Your kids deserve to see their parents happy. That's what your kids deserve. Your kids do not deserve the burden of knowing, because what's going to happen is your children are going to get older, and they're going to understand and come to the realization that their parents stayed together for them. And then in turn will look at it like, damn, my mother and father stayed miserable in their marriage for me. What kind of burden do you want to put on your child to know that they were the reason why you stayed in a miserable, jive-ass, jacked up, fucked up relationship? They were the reason you did that. They were the reason that you stayed miserable. They were the reason why you were unhappy in your life. They were the reason. Because your daughters are going to grow up and ask you, why the fuck did you stay with my dad and you were unhappy? And you are going to in turn say, I stayed for you. And she's going to look at you and say, bitch, are you crazy? Because there's no way in the world that I would have rather seen you miserable. I would have rather seen you happy. I would have rather seen you at peace. I would have rather seen you not arguing all the time with my dad. I would have rather seen you in a good space. But you remained in that fucked up marriage for me? Oh, thanks. Now I have a fucked up idea of what relationships look like. Thank you. So you're doing your kids a disservice by staying for them. Do yourself a favor and leave for yourself and make yourself a better person so that you can be a better example and role model for your children. And that you don't teach your children, especially your little children, that what you're seeing, this is how men and women relate to each other in a marriage, and it's not. Be very careful. Marceau lets us know that his auntie was married for 27 years and gave him some fucked up advice on his wedding night and told him to stay for the kids. Thank God for the kids, or else I would have left my husband. Bad advice. Going to the Slingshots, they give him all the rules. Destiny finally shows up. Martell says to Melody, you sure you want to drive? You're not the best driver. I'm 35 years old. I'm 35 years old. What you mean I don't know how to drive? I'm 35 years old. I'm grown. Girl, shut up. Shut up. Destiny agrees. You're not the best driver. The kids told me you ran over something the other day. I am a good driver. Martell can't get in the car. His clothes is too tight. What did I tell y'all? Martell cannot get in his clothes because he hasn't bought any clothes. Didn't I tell y'all that? He is wearing old clothes. He said he done gained 15 pounds. He's like, he go, Lou, how the hell you get that? Your big ass get in the car. Lou's clothes are loose, honey. Lou got on loose clothes. He got on big and tall clothes, honey. They loose. They ain't tight and snug. You look like an old sausage getting over there in that damn car. Martell. He said he hasn't been shopping. So they stopped to take pictures. Melody goes to Martell and she wants to talk to him. Oh, before that, she told him to worry about who you gonna take a couple pic with. That was funny. And then she called, come on, Destiny. I cannot stand Melody's voice. When I tell you I cannot stand her voice every time. And I think a lot of people, from what I'm hearing, a lot of people don't watch the show because everybody on that show sound like they whining. And the only person who got sense is Kimmy. That's the only person who got some damn sense. Everybody else sound whining. Melody's voice is it's a mess. Anyway, so Tisha pulls Maurice to. Wait. Before they take the picture, Martell calls Melody Beyonce for the first time. He said, "Okay, Beyonce," like that, right? Normally somebody would, especially a person who can't sing, would take that as a compliment. Bitch, you can't sing. And he just called you Beyonce. Take it. Don't take it as an insult. Take it as a compliment. Now, if he said you sounded like, and if I was Martell, that's why you know he cares about Melody. He still cares about her. Because I would have told her, girl, I don't give a damn how many video shoots you make. You can't sing. Anybody else think she can sing? Oh, baby. When I tell you, that's how you know he got love for her. Because if it was anybody else, I'm sure he would have said, and you can't even sing, girl. Anybody else think Mel can sing? You lucky I'm calling you Beyonce because you sound nothing like her. You don't even sound like Michelle. Baby, I would have tore Mel's ass up. You want to talk? You want to hop in? You can't drive and you going to hop in that car and drive off without production? Okay, girl. All right, Mel. And you wanted the attention on yourself. You could not wait to get the attention on you. Tisha pulls Maurice to the side and says, watch my brother. And he says something about the surprise therapy. She was like, well, he's going to go to the therapy. He went to the therapy once. We haven't gone back again. I haven't made an appointment, but we've been going on our dates. And he was like, okay. So Melody takes Martell over to the side. She said, let me holler at you real quick. And then she says, where are our kids or whatever? And he says, they're at my mom's house. My mom is keeping them or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay, that's nice. nice of her and this and that. And then she says, when I was filming my video the other day, Martell said, oh yeah, that bullshit video. See, that's when Mel should have got up and just walked away. There would have been no further conversation because you coming at me wrong already. My bullshit video. And then I knew that Melody just wanted to continue to fight and engage with Martell because you chose to harp on him calling you Beyonce instead of harping on the fact that he called your video bullshit. You chose to stay on the Beyonce. That's why I knew you were not in a rational mind. You were in a emotional, irrational mind because you didn't grab the right thing to be mad at. You mad at Beyonce, but not that he called your video a bullshit video? Okay, Mel. So he tells her to shut her mouth. That would have been the second. I would have got up. There would have been no conversation. None. Or I would have brought somebody, or if Destiny is supposed to be your wing person, you should have brought Destiny with you. He tells her to shut her mouth. You don't get to tell me to shut my mouth, nigga. No. I'm not. Shut my mouth? Who the fuck do you... Baby, I would have cussed his ass out. Who are you talking to? Shut up. She tells him, no, you shut the fuck up. He said something about your little rinky dink video. He was like, you being too disrespectful. She was like, you mean the respect? What he said, we got 4 kids. You didn't respect when you went out and made a 5th one. And then she was like, why you keep calling me Beyonce? She was like, then she called him Tay Diggs and Morris Chestnut. It's a mess. And then he was like, why you being so negative? Why you being so negative? What's your problem? She was like, why you keep saying that? Why you keep calling me Beyonce? Why you keep saying that? He was like, man, you making a song about me. You making a song about me. And then Mel goes, let me show y'all the video. Just weird. It was weird. I was like, Mel, why are you doing that? It was like they were both out of order. There's neither one of them, there's no side to take. Do you understand? You don't need to take a side because Mel and Martell, the Petties, they were both wrong. One, Mel, you were wrong for not taking Destiny with you. 2, you should not have even talked to him about any problems that you guys are having at all. Nothing personal. It should have been a very cordial event. What you should have done was got there and shown that you and Martell can be in the same place and nobody get upset or there not be any conflict. But neither one of them have the capacity to do that because they are both petty. Both of them. That's why they're good together. Right? Y'all petty together. Y'all can go at Tisha and Marceau together. Right? But apart, now the target is each other. And y'all don't know how to act. And you're too petty to walk away. Martell says, that was a song about me. Let me show y'all the video. Kimmy says that she's being antagonizing. And he says, you had a video. You were singing that song. You and my kids were singing that song around the house. She was like, no, that's for my next hit. That's for my next hit. She's named the song Down, I think she called it. That's for he was like, you planned our divorce, Marta. That's how you knew that nobody was speaking from a rational place. You knew that everybody was speaking from emotions. You just told that lady, you planned our divorce. Well, you were cheating on me for 50% of our time together. You were in another relationship with a woman that you were having raw sex with. Because let me tell you something. Yes, Coleslaw had that baby, but let me tell you, she probably been pregnant more than once. Yeah. So you've been over there for 5 years shooting up the club. If Mel planned her divorce, God damn it, kudos to her. God damn it, kudos to Melody for planning an escape. Fuck out of here. You get your ass out of here, Martell. Don't play a video. Don't play that video. Don't look at that video, Mel. What he telling Kimmy? Don't look at the video, Kimmy. Don't look at the video. Y'all want to see the video? Y'all want to see the video? Look at the video. She wanted all the attention on her. And if you want, and then Tisha goes, well, let me see the video. Let me see the video. And he's like, don't play the video. No, don't play the video. You're being You want all the attention on you. I don't like Melody Holt. I don't care for her character on the show. She's not a likable character on the show. I think she's weak as shit. I do. I think she's weak. I think Tiffany is weak. I think Tisha is weak. I think all them hoes is weak. I think the men are even weaker. All of them are whack to me. They're all whack. Marceau comes with some good advice every now and again, but ultimately he's a chauvinist. He's a male chauvinistic pig. And we're going to see next week that his brother tells him, when you kind of strong arm her, you kind of make her weaker. Girl, I don't even know. Anyways, what happened after that? That was pretty much it of the episode. It was a lot. I felt like Mel really was out of order. I felt like she was out of order. I felt like she shouldn't have even took Martell to the side to have a conversation with him. Because he started, and even Maurice was like, this is what I'm talking about. You have to walk away. You got to walk away. And then like he was trying to get to her, and I was like, what is he trying to do to get to her? But even Tisha was looking at Mel like, girl, like, and to Tiffany's point earlier in the episode, this is not about you. But Melody needed to make one scene about her. I felt as soon as Mel came in, because Martell said, she told me she wasn't coming. She shows up. She says in her interview, I expected Martell to be there. But then she tells Tisha, well, you should have gave me a heads up. So I felt like at any moment, Melody was going to make a moment about her. She was going to steal a moment. She wanted to. Instead of on the girls' trip showing everybody the video, you want to floss and flex in front of Martell. Let me show y'all the video. You were out of order, and y'all did not handle that correctly. And I'm glad that the men were kind of like taking him away, and the women were telling her, girl, stop. Like this, you're antagonizing him. Cut it out. Like all of you. Melody hops in the car. She walks away. You know, she got to make a scene. She walks away. She hops in the car and she fucking leaves. Whatever. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.